Hey everyone, just a quick video just to explain the differences between the Mark I version and the Mark II version of our walkways. Mark I versions were perfectly fine and we thought they were okay, but through the development of the second phase on the campaign, I just felt that they weren't up to scratch and weren't as easy to build as I wanted them to be. So we developed Mark II. Mark II and Mark I are very, very similar. There's just some key design features in Mark II that just make it a much better product. So this is a video to explain the differences between them. So the guys that have got phase 1 Mark I walkways, don't worry about. Okay, enjoy the video. Any comments, just stick at the end for us. Right, we'll get straight on to the comparison of the sprues. So first of all, you can see we've got Mark I version and we've got the Mark II version. Straight away, you can see there's a significant difference in the size. A lot more on the Mark II version is standard, whereas the Mark I version, it's optional. So you have to decide whether you're going to have it or not, which means you don't get as many on the build as you would on this. So other than it being a larger sprue, and more parts, you can see we've got an additional straight. So on here we have 1, 2 straights. On here we've got 3 straights. These are the same size, and so are these. So we've managed to get an additional straight on there. You can also see that we have, these are steps. So on this version, the Mark II version, we've got 2 sets of steps and not 1 set of steps, which we do only have on the Mark I version. We've also got these side steps. These are the side steps. They're basically a set of steps that fit on the side of your walkways. On this version, there's 2 setups. On Mark I version, there's only 1. So again, there's a lot less scope on what you can do for the different walkways. We've also got on the Mark II version, you've got walkway ends. The walkway ends, and again, we'll show you what these look like. The walkway end is standard on here as a separate option, but on this one, you have to make a choice of whether you're going to have it or not. So if you have the walkway end on this, you may lose on one of your walkways, just so you can have the parts to make the walkway end. So we've made that standard in the Mark II version. We've also got a slightly better, interesting shape to the walkway. So now on the Mark II versions, you can see we've got these slight indent, so a slightly more interesting design. When it's built together, both designs look similar, and the Mark II version will work with the Mark I versions if you were part of the previous Kickstarter. Also, if you're part of the previous Kickstarter, you will know there's a significant difference in building this Mark II version over the Mark I version, and again we'll talk about that in a little bit later on. Okay, so the key design features to the Mark II, well, the biggest design feature is we've added this second secure point, which is this here. As you can see, on the Mark I version, you don't get that. We added this as an additional feature because although the magnets are good, and they are good, a lot of people aren't always convinced that they're good enough for what they may set up. And if you add really long walkways stretching from one building to another building, they're not good enough for that. So we added this second secure point. So now, if you're using the clips as well, which you'll see in other videos, the clips will give you 3 secure points. So you get the magnet, so it's nice and quick, snaps together. We get this a second secure point here, which just adds strength with the magnets when you put multiple walkways together. So that's one of the key designs, so this second secure point. We've also changed the undercarriage of the walkways. So we've done that. All Mark II and Mark I are now different. The reason why we've made the undercarriage different is when you see phase 3 kick in, it's quite a benefit to have this shaped like that. Always remember though that Mark II versions will fit with Mark I versions, not a problem at all. You can see they look very similar, so they will fit with Mark II. And that was one of the key things, the key challenges with the Mark II, is to create a Mark II which was very, very similar to the Mark Is, because you know, there's a lot of people out there that will still have Mark I versions, and we wanted them to be able to work together. So the railings are the same height, same distances and things like that. So Mark I still fits completely with Mark II. Another key feature with the designs of Mark II was we needed them to be easier to build and quicker to build. So we added these little lips here. So again, they fit exactly where they should fit. You can stick glue on that. It helps. We've got this new design in the on the walkway. The reason why we put this new design in is because it allows us to create this 90-degree angle very, very easily without you having to do anything extra other than glue it. It's important to have these 90-degree angles because when these magnetize together, it gives us a much better fixing along the sides, which again makes sure that that is a much more secure. So that was also additional for phase 2. Also, if you look at the Mark II versions of the stairs, we've added this male connection. So you'll start seeing that we're going to have some male connections, especially with the cross sections. This male section is designed to fit in there. So again, when they're magnetized, it's a nice secure fixing. And also this will help when you've got them linked like a bridge from hablock to hablock at different height levels. So it adds and keeps the strength together when you've got lots and lots of walkways. So again, in this, you can see fixed nicely together. We've got a lovely 90-degree angle, which is why we've got no joint in here, and it fits nicely across, which means when it sits down and you've got lots of it connected together, it's nice and secure. So that was the key feature on it. And you'll see that on the railing end, we've got the same male component because obviously it's designed to add an end to any kind of walkway. In the Mark I version, you couldn't get this separately. You had to use one of these side places or permanently glue them in, but now it's an addition that we've added to the standard, so you can see fits on there really nice. So it's an end which is not a permanent end, and obviously because it's magnetized, it's in the second secure point, it's pretty well on there. That's not going anywhere in gameplay. So again, you can take this off and this will fit on any end. Also, which is quite neat, is if you grab yourself a hab block, it fits. So we've got a standard hab block here. You can see with the hand block designs, we've got these squares. It's all designed to work in the whole network system. So this will fit nicely on here and create you a nice little balcony, which is quite nice. This you'll see in future updates. You'll see us expand this section, and that's one of the reasons why we've got this new design, because now you'll be able to create verandas or little balconies that will come out of here. Again, that's just an addition that will come into phase 3. Okay, so if we talk first of all about this part, so obviously in the standard set we get 2 of these. With the sprue, what we can do is we can adapt this and we can add some what we call some side stairs to it. So this is what you'll create with a pack. So the pack will allow you to either do this or create this version with a nice lot of side steps, which is quite a nice addition. We can do one set of side steps with the pack, but obviously if you're buying multiple packs, what you can then do is you can add 2 lots of side steps. So again, this is quite a nice function because you can stick that on the hab block. You can use your end here. That fits on here like that. So it's nicely secured. That's not really going to go anywhere. So that's nicely secured in there. That then goes on your hab block, and you've got nice side stairs for your character. Obviously, come out and choose which way they're going to come out. Okay, if we talk about the standard straight, obviously there's one of these in the setup. Like the Mark I versions, you can add your side steps. And if you look at other versions, what you're doing is you can move this side step. So this side step on this component is in the middle. Basically, these side steps will go anywhere along any of these 3 components here. So these side steps can go here, 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 or here. It's up to you. Obviously, with the standard kit, you get 1 lot of side steps for this long walkway. If you buy multiple, then you can add side steps on multiple sides, and you can set this up how you like. But this is just a variant from the standard kit. Okay, so what we're going to talk about now is we've made a slight change in the stairs. So this is the Mark I version. You can see it's got some stairs on it. With the Mark II version, the side steps are slightly different. So if you look at the Mark I version, we've got no step at the bottom, and we have got the step at the bottom on the Mark II version. The reason why we've done that is obviously in gameplay, it's fed back to us that obviously you can't use the stairs. So you're either going from here to there, job done, but the character's not going to fit in there. With the Mark II version, we've allowed obviously enough room to have your character on any of the levels that are on the stairs. Some game systems it doesn't matter, but obviously some are a little bit more precise than others. You can also see with the walkways that there's no problem with your 28mm figure, which is on a 25mm base, that fit through there. It's perfectly fine, and obviously downsize. With the new GW size, obviously 32mm, yeah, we can see that again, that will fit through there. 32mm is probably the biggest base that you can get across there comfortably, which for what we wanted to create was fine, because we wanted this to be a walkway for 28mm scale. Anything bigger going on that shouldn't be able to cross a walkway. That's how we've seen it. So we've done a wider walkway set to allow for bigger models. But your standard walkways, when they're going from building to building, you know, are for your standard normal characters. So again, fits up to a 32mm base quite nicely. So quite a few differences in the design for Mark I and Mark II. We're quite pleased with the upgrade. We think you will benefit definitely from this. Everybody will, being that the design gives us a second secure point. It gives us easier assembly and fixing, so we've got nice 90 degrees, which means they'll be magnetized well together. You've got the additional components again, and you've got that nice little end, 2 lots of stairs, and a new design on the bottom of the walkway. So there's quite a lot of change to the Mark II versions. Definitely better than the Mark I versions.